game's just about to start. And Michael walks over to Lacey and he points to her and says, we took care of you. Then he looks at Kent and he says, we took care of you. And he looks at me and we take care of you today.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win!
And Chicago has not gotten the Cavs 101.
We vindicated from when we started the playoff. The dim look that everybody was giving us. Even I asked you in the locker room, I asked everybody, what was the feeling back in Chicago? Did it write us off yet? And you said some of them have written us off. I said, well, tell those guys to stay home.
Get the fuck out of here. Go fucking anywhere, but you out of here. Whoever's not with us, all you fuckers go to hell.
Infamous Jordan rules, the Pistons' defensive tactics designed to contain their namesake, are enforced whenever Michael is on the floor.
As soon as he steps in the paint, hit him.
Chuck Daly said, this is a Jordan rule. Every time you go to the fucking basket, put him on the ground.
How bad do you want it? Are you willing to be injured to score a basket?
I don't know how you came out of it alive.
We tried to physically hurt Michael.
Jordan had no place to go. Robert.
How legitimate was the hatred between those Bulls teams and those Pistons?
Oh, I hated him. And yeah, he carries even to this day. They made it personal.
Clyde the Glide says we're the two best in the game, but I'm not getting into a war of words with Mike.
Clyde was a threat. I'm not saying he wasn't a threat, but me being compared to him, I took offense to that.
So he hit that first three, and then here come the second one. The third one.
Three-point field goal. Michael Jordan with 4 3-pointers and a half has tied the NBA Finals record. Jordan again put down time. Did you see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it. NBA championship record, 35 points in the half.
I was like, I'm killing this dude.
Do you know the LeBradford Smith story? Has anybody told you that? This was back in '93.
At one guard.
The Bullets were terrible. LeBradford Smith was their draft pick. But this is what I always say, you never know. It could be your night. You never know. This night is LeBradford Smith's night.
Bradford Smith left wing drains it. Bradford Smith came off the screen from 16. Wow. Baseline. Smith has hit everything else from there. Wanted another one.
LeBradford Smith had a game. I mean, he had a game of games.
Side Jordan posted up against Smith.
And for whatever reason, Michael couldn't make a basket.
Spins in the lane. Couldn't get it. Bradford Smith.
Michael hits him on the body, and he nails it. Smith, he has really got that touch going.
No, we're not talking about that guy. We're talking about LeBradford Smith.
In Chicago, LeBradford Smith scores 37 points against Michael Jordan. He said that LeBradford Smith, walking out of the gym, had said, "Nice game, Mike." And you knew that this wasn't going to go down well.
The next night, they play in Washington.
We played him on a back-to-back. I never forget it. So we're flying to Washington. He said, tomorrow in the first half, I'm going to have what this kid had in the game. I've never seen a man go after another player the way he did.
Jordan scores 36 in the first half.
He's concentrating almost solely on LeBradford.
He took such umbrage at a guy saying, "Nice game, Mike," that he torched and humiliated him.
I was a little bit upset that I didn't get the MVP that year and they gave it to Charles Barkley. But with that said, okay, fine, you can have that. I'm gonna get this.
Jordan with the steal, and Jordan goes all the way. Beautiful finish by Michael.
I knew that Jerry Krause loved Dan Marley. And just because Krause liked him was enough for me. You think he's a great defensive player? Okay, fine. I'm gonna show you that he's not.
Jordan spins away on Marley. He'll take it all the way to the basket and drops it in.
I put it in my mindset that if I don't do this, then they're gonna consider him on the same level as me, and that motivated me to attack.
Suns by 4. Michael has 29. Jordan, there's the penetration. 5 seconds to shoot. 3, 2, count it. That sounded like a countdown for a launch. Michael beats him on the dribble.
We have another tie game. Who do you think's going to take this shot?
Michael Jordan.
You think so? He has 39. Timeout. Phoenix.
Here at the United Center, and the Orlando Magic gets the victory. Look at Horace. They're booing him up on the shoulders, Bob.
That was one of Michael's lowest points, is when they came back and they didn't win. He hated the fact that Horace was on the other team when they beat him. That's what he took to heart.
After the season, usually there's a time period where Michael takes some time off. The night they lost to Orlando, I said, Michael, you know, I'm about to get out of here. Let me know when you want me to see you, because I'll see you tomorrow.
If you know MJ, as I do very well, only thing he was doing during the summer, having Orlando Magic on his mind. That's all. We didn't have a chance.
Shot clock at 5. Jordan with the pull-up. Yes. 45 points from Michael Jordan. The Bulls have swept the Magic. Jordan finishes with 45 points. The Bulls do it 106 to 101.
During the finals, we go out to dinner one night. George Karl's over on the other side, having dinner. Hey, there's George Karl over there. And George Karl does not come over and speak to him.
He walked right past me. Man, look at my, really? Oh, so that's how you're gonna play it.
You know, he just kind of went by, and I went, uh-oh, should have never done that.
I said, it's a crock of shit. You know, we went to Carolina. You know Dean Smith. You know, I see him in the summer. We play golf. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
And here is Jordan. Michael Jordan on the breakaway. And the hop on campus. The beautiful outlet pass by Rodman over the top. Peyton unable to take care of business. Now, he can make up a lot with his athletic ability, but nobody's going to catch that.
What's the biggest motivating factor going into that series for you?
Karl Malone get MVP.
Congratulations, Karl Malone, 1996-97 NBA Most Valuable Player.
Karl Malone was the most valuable player that year, so here was added motivation for Michael, right? He thought he should have been the MVP.
So we knew immediately where this was going.
I'm not saying he wasn't deserving of it. All I'm saying is that fueled the fire into me and said, okay, you think he's the MVP? Okay, fine, no problem.
9 and 2/10 seconds to go. Score is tied. 9 seconds left. Oh, he missed the break.
Here is Michael, 4 on the shot clock.
Against Russell. Michael hangs, fires, score! Knocked it in, Bulls win! He knocked it in at the buzzer, Bulls win! How many times has he done that?
Against Armstrong. Armstrong backs up to the sideline. Works off a Divac screen to the right wing. Pull up, pop it. BJ gives the Hornets a 5-point lead.
BJ kind of forgot, you know, what drives us. You know, he woke us up if we were in a sleep, and we've been able to capitalize on that.
It shocked the Bulls 78-76 in Chicago to even that best-of-7 series at 1. And it was a former Bull, B.J. Armstrong, whose jumper with 18 ticks left sealed the win for Charlotte. After the reaction.
Let's see if all that trash talking starts when it's 0-0 instead of 5-6 point lead. That's where it starts.
BJ hitting that shot and staring the whole bench down and whatnot, it just didn't sit well with Michael. And we knew we have woke Michael Jordan.
If I had to pick a team that gave us the toughest time in the East, you know, Indiana was probably the toughest outside of Detroit. They were tough. Every time I go in that fucking game and come out, I got a new scratch. It became personal with me.
For Michael Jordan, in this his 36th playoff series, it's just his third Game 7. But MJ offers assurances that the dynasty will not end here tonight.
We're gonna win Game 7.
Reggie running off screens, but it's Smith with a quick turnaround and miss. Dale Davis can't hit the tip. Longley has it, protects the ball, and on to the finals. For the 6th time in 8 years, go the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Brian Russell. When I was playing baseball, Utah was in town to play the Bulls. They're practicing at the facility. I go over to say hello to John and Carl. And this kid, Brian Russell, comes up to me and said, "Man, why you quit? Why you quit? Man, you knew I could guard your ass. I couldn't, you had to quit." I said, "Carl, you need to talk to this dude, man." Nah, he's just a young rookie. But from that point on, he's been on my list.
17 seconds from championship number 6.
What about the last shot you ever took as a member of the Chicago Bulls? The last shot.
What was that shot?
Game 6.
Utah.
The Bulls can win it right here. The Bulls can win it. Unbelievable. 13 seconds left. Jordan left side.
I practice as if I'm playing in a game. So when the moment comes in the game, it's not new to me. That's the beauty of the game of basketball. That's the reason why you practice. That's the effort. So when you get to that moment, you don't have to think. Instinctively, things happen.
Jordan a drive.